It's Personalbest on YouTube. Roll titles. Question is, are these titles getting better or worse? On this week's episode, I show you what happens when you volunteer at a parkrun as a photographer. One of the only things I'm really good at. Jumping out of bushes and going, "Rawr." Don't tell anyone. One of the reasons I was a photographer was I was trying to set up a swan ambush. Wasn't I, Cole? At Riverside Parkrun, normally within the first lap and the fastest runners start coming through, these guys decide to walk out in front of them. And when I have been videoing it, it's caused a few close calls, and people seem to enjoy them. So if I could just get maybe a little bit of contact, maybe it's a downwind runner, that would be viral gold. So, pocket full of swan food, go down, and then the promenade, sprinkle it in front of the swans before the race, then watch what happens. Of course I'm lying, I wouldn't do that. So with a 9 o'clock start for a parkrun, I'm getting down there a bit earlier so I can get my vest, get checked in, and kind of set the scene. Again, with my photography, I like to catch those natural, genuine moments. I don't like anyone just kind of standing still and smiling. So taking pictures when people don't realize it is kind of what I'm after. Those natural, real moments. So try and capture some moments where people are just arriving the first time. Those moments of parkrun tourism, where people are gathering to hear details about the course, and those guys, look out for them. And then everyone then is making their way to the start line, where actually this time there was a lovely winter sunrise. So I was trying to capture that moment through the reflections in the puddles. I thought it looked really nice. Now, guys, are you going to behave today? What do you mean, yes? No, trip them up. You guys go here. Cole, you up for that? Get in line. Come on, let's get the team together. Come on, guys. You two, come here. Heel. Come on, come. Good guys. Now, are we have a good, clean fight? What do you mean, yes? No, we're not going to play dirty, aren't we? Parkrun time. You're going to trip them up. Yes. Yes. Let's do it, guys. Get those runners. Let's get a video going viral, right? Nice, lads. So you guys hide in the bushes. Call you, lead them out. I love it when a plan comes together. Swans, assemble. No, don't start fighting amongst yourselves. I like to get in amongst it as well. So I've got the camera right in people's faces, right at the front line, right on the back. And I had a selfie stick, which pretty much with my arm reach and then the stick on top ended up almost drone-esque with the altitude I was getting to be able to look down on people. That was pretty cool. So yeah, everyone's gathering at the beginning and you can see there's quite a crowd. And then I was gathering this picture, I thought this is lovely, and I thought, oh, hang on a minute, they're going to start running in about 30 seconds time. I best get somewhere else so I can get some nice shots. So yeah, I scarpered. A bit further down the course in the first bend, and already you can see one of the guys, Brian, front runner, he's already ahead. That's why I like about being a volunteer. You see things in the race you wouldn't normally have seen. I'm normally in the crowd in the middle here, so I don't see what's happening at the very front, but some of these runners and the paces they're doing, it's just crazy, really crazy. And then staying and then watching everybody filter through and getting the people at the back and the park walkers. It's great to be able to capture everybody in these shots. So the group is now off. The parkrun has begun. Now, have I got time for the ambush? Time to move on to the plan. Guys, you're in the wrong place. I need you down here. Come on. Yeah, annoyingly, Those guys were sitting somewhere else and weren't bothered this week. But yeah, I wanted to get some nice images, and I wanted to find some different spots that maybe haven't been taken before, because when I'm not being a photographer, there's other people taking photographs each week and I see where they stand. So I thought I'll try something a bit different, try to get some different angles, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but I'm just volunteering. I'm just giving up some of my time and see if I can get something a bit interesting and different. There was one park run a bit further down the promenade. I was actually hiding in the river. I was hiding in the river, so when the runners came around the corner, they hadn't seen me, and then I was kind of eye level to the path to catch those flying feet, because that's always brilliant when you see actually people just hovering in an image. And so I was trying to capture those real moments again, where they're not posing to the camera, they're just coming around the corner. And what I ended up with that one was I did get some unnatural moments when there's a runner suddenly going, and seeing this guy in the river with a jacket on going, what's he doing? And then smiles and stuff. That's what it's about. And then here, when I'm trying to get some images and videos, you can see him and start seeing me and smiling, and that's just brilliant. Just bringing a bit more fun to it as well. Some people, they're very fun to just see it as a race, but for 95% of the people, it's fun, it's community, it's a bit of release, and it's a bit of leave all that other worry and stress behind you and just enjoy a park run. So yeah, cameras out, and there's people waving, smiling, doing heart shapes and trying to jump and catch it. How I mate, you're not going to catch this. I'm 6'8", and then I'm doing this. No way you're going to catch that camera. What I was doing also was trying to stay ahead of the race to capture those moments before these guys finish in, some sort of crazy time, like quarter of an hour. So I can get around and capture those moments, and then I can get around the rest. So going from position 1 to position 2, and then I thought in my head, well, I want to go for position 3 because the sun was quite low. I want to get on the flat field meadow area. That would mean running. So I was running from point to point all the time. This time I was running to the finish line. So technically I finished first, right? Yes. So yeah, so I was running across the finish line, trying some different shots here and different angles. Sun was quite low, so some was just silhouettes, but even that's a nice effect. I was just trying things, and I think some people were quite enjoying seeing me as well, because they might run around a corner, smile at the camera, and then 2 turns later in front of them again, like, is that the same guy? And then when I decided to move from point to point, it was basically just join the race and run with them. And I'd hate to think anyone was thinking like, he's just showing off. Like, no, I totally understand. I've just got to run 200 meters here. So volunteer vest on, I'm running with them and overtaking them, trying to get ahead of them, stopping, turning around, setting the camera up. And then probably dripping with sweat because, after everything I do, I get really sweaty, even like eating a cake. But just when you look at these images and just seeing the smiles and the looks on everyone's faces and the community and everyone running together. And this is a free event, this is an organized free event that's put on by volunteers. And it's bringing so much happiness to people. Some park runs, they may have only 30 or 40 runners show up. This one, several hundred shows up. But it's exactly the same kind of feel. Everyone's there for each other. And that's just amazing. Seeing all those runners together and the smiles. Tell you what, it's actually nice volunteering instead of running a park run. That way, I'm not overtaken by people pushing babies in pushchairs and people running with their dogs. Yeah, getting overtaken and beaten by babies and dogs is annoying. Does that count as 2 people? Pushchair and baby? Riverside Park Run. Look at it. Look at the people. Look how happy they are. Look at them waving at the giant. It's nice to give something back now and again. And being a volunteer at your local parkrun is the best way to do that. I think when the volunteer vest makes you more approachable too. So when you're running and you finish and you're sweating, people maybe don't want to get too close because you think you've got your one thing to do. But when you've got the vest on, people just talk to you and come up to you, and more interaction, more stories, and that's lovely. Have a bit of chat with people you wouldn't have normally seen, and just see how their experience was, and think, oh, right, it's completely different to how I've been seeing it. I think I've been getting it wrong. I should just be enjoying it, because especially when you look further back, the smiles on their faces, people are just happy running. The power of run. So, parkrun, volunteering. I love being a photographer, running around, overtaking runners to get some great shots. But it is a bit odd though, because I can be hiding in bushes, jumping out, lurking in the park, taking photographs of sweaty women in little clothing. You know, that could be frowned upon, or even arrested, but I'm wearing a volunteer bib, so it's fine. Of course, I can't do an episode without a cup of tea. Oh, it's empty. Damn it. Megan. So that was Parkrun. Volunteering as photographer. Good. Let's go through the crowd. I think there was a memo going out today to wear red. So yeah, Parkrun volunteering. I like to give a bit back now and again, so out of every 10 races I like to do a volunteer race. But bloody swan let me down. Whee! What are you getting angry for? Grumpy Colin. He's a grumpus, isn't he? Okay, so it's quieting down now, just a few runners left to come through, so I can slow down, because at the beginning I'm running around like crazy, getting a bit of a sweat on. It's quite energetic being a volunteer photographer. But yeah, it's a bit more easier paced now. Still some people coming through, so I'm just going to hang around by the swans in the finish now, just to see if I can get the last few people on as well. Because I think sometimes when I see photographers taking pictures at park runs, kind of just focus on the middle part. That's why I like to run around fast and get the guys at the very front with the flying feet. See if we get some of those shots. And also try and get some of the people at the very back as well, because, you know, everyone who's running is a runner at parkrun. Even the walkers, if you want to walk, it's fine. But I'm going to try and see if I can get an image of you. And I'm going to see if I can get a picture of you with a swan. Owen! Can you tell, man? He's the white one with character.
Thank you.
Am I sweating? Sweating from I'm sweating from parkrun, from volunteering. Well, whatever I do, I give it my all, and whatever I do, I sweat. But I think I've just heard a quick approximation of numbers there, around about 578 runners. Wow! Riverside normally gets about 400, but I think Durham was closed, so we got about 600 runners today. Now I've just got to go home and process all these photographs and see if I've got 600 photographers. So we've got 600 runners there. But yeah, volunteering, parkrun, done. Help the community, giving something back. Don't just run all the time. Give something back to your local parkrun. It's great. So there you go, parkrun volunteering. Give it a try, give it a thought. You might enjoy it. I do. It's not just the hour I spend at parkrun, it's the hours afterwards as well, putting all the photographs together and stuff, and then sharing it and hoping people like it. And then when you see the comments and stuff, it's like, yes, they like that shot of them. One lady was particularly pleased I took this picture. She kind of laughed about it, but yeah, see, I told you I want natural shots. People at the end of parkrun almost throwing up. It's about as natural as it comes, right? That is what 5k running's all about. That is parkrun. Where will you go? Quick, heel. Where were you guys? You were supposed to be creating a viral video. You didn't trip anybody over. It would have been hilarious for the camera. Cole, get over there. That's it. Go over there. Go. 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 Jump. That's it, Cole. There's other opportunities out there if you want. If you want to be a photographer, you can be a marshal. But yeah, give it a try. You'll not regret it. Right, I am out of here. So before I leave, I'll just hand you over to Al, who's still down the park, to tell you what to do next. Thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. It's goodbye from Al. If you like this video, why don't you watch one of these two, where I do other things? It's good fun. Right, I'm out of here.